Instagram? What's going on YouTube? This is your girl Star Smith with the Menu All Star Podcast. Happy Sunday evening. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for joining in live. We're going to let a few people come in as we get our Spiritual Sunday live conversation on the menu ready to pop off. How was everybody's weekend? I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you were able to spend time with your families. I hope you were able to rest and relax. I hope that you were able to get a lot of things done this weekend. The weather was pretty nice as well, so that's always a blessing when the weather is nice. It tricked us today though. It got cold. It was warm and then it went cold. So we're grateful when we get up to 60 degrees. I think I put a short out there. Gia and I was having ice cream and it was about 60 degrees, and today it went down to like 30 degrees. So, we're thankful when we have those warm days ahead, and the springtime is coming up, Easter is coming up. And so we're grateful for that. Everything is going well on here in Detroit. We got a lot of activities and festivities. We hear Bruno Mars is coming. All of you that's getting ready for that concert, we salute you. That's going to be an exceptional concert. We have a lot of people coming to Detroit. If you are in the Detroit area, check out some concerts downtown. If you are not in the city of Detroit, maybe you should come and visit and see some of the festivities that's taking place in our area. You will be greatly surprised with so many things that's going on. Today we're talking about the spirit of betrayal. As we approach Easter Sunday and the resurrection time frame, a lot of the emphasis is on the death, the burial, the resurrection, the crucifixion. But today I want to talk about the spirit of betrayal came first. What that looked like then and what it looks like now. Everybody's familiar with the story of Judas kissing Jesus on the cheek right before he betrayed him. And even sometimes in your life, you have people that seem to be with you, and they're with you, but they're really not for you. So most oftentimes betrayal is not going to come from somebody that's outside, like a stranger. It's gonna be, most oftentimes you're going to be betrayed by somebody who's close to you. Thank you for tuning in, Joe. Hi, how you doing? We appreciate you coming in. We're talking about the spirit of betrayal today on this Sunday, Spiritual Sunday. And I want you guys to tell me, who or have you ever been betrayed by somebody you deeply loved? Have you ever been betrayed by someone who you thought was with you, but it turns out that they were against you? And as we're approaching this Easter time frame, this resurrection time frame, we're just revisiting the spirit of betrayal because that came first before any crucifixion. And that was hurtful in itself and by itself, but to be betrayed by a friend. Tell me if you have experience in that. Put that in the chat. We're talking about the spirit of betrayal. The ones that really hurt you are the people that walk with you. They're the people that eat with you. They're the people that sit with you and your family. And those are the people that you put your trust in. I've been experienced. I've been a victim of betrayal. I'm sure some of you have. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments. Have there been somebody in your life who you've had to forgive them because of this spirit of betrayal? It could be from a friend. It could come from a family member. Most often times, like I said, it's going to come from somebody who's close to you, a business partner, your lover, people who you let have access to you, right? We're talking about the spirit of betrayal. It wasn't the enemy, or it's never going to be an enemy, because they don't have the access to you that close friends have to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for everybody that's coming in. I appreciate you. And we're talking about the spirit of betrayal, and we're talking about friendships going bad. We're talking about relationships going bad. But before that, there's a tendency to cause a level of betrayal prior to the relationship ending. And unbeknown to you is the person who you think or thought was the closest to you. The spirit of betrayal thrives on proximity. Let's say it again. The spirit of betrayal thrives on proximity. Proximity is allowing people to have access to you, allowing people to have access to your world, allowing people to have access to your environment, allowing people to have access to your family, okay? Allowing people to have access to the things that you're involved in so that they can gain knowledge and information so that they'll know the things that bother you. They know the things that hurt you. They know the things that trigger you. They know the things that allow you to even be happy and joyful, you know? So most oftentimes the proximity that you allow people to have in your life is giving them access. And in some cases, you're giving them too much access. Judas, as we're talking about Jesus and approaching Easter Sunday, Judas gave Jesus a kiss on the cheek. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Somebody that was close said, I would never betray you. You're my master, you're my savior, you're my Lord, you're my friend, you're my sister, you're my husband, you're my wife. I would never betray you. Why would you say such a thing? And Jesus said, he said, one of you here is gonna betray me. And God had already set his heart in a way to be prepared, and your heart is still never prepared because the effect of the betrayal can be damaging if you're not in a place of recovery soon after that takes effect. It can be extremely damaging. Betrayal is often triggered by purpose. When there's a purpose, and all of us have a purpose, and when there's a calling and a purpose, and you're moving forward to cause that purpose to come to pass in your life, or you're moving along the journey of purpose, you're going to be tested. And not only are you going to be tested, but you're going to start to attract enemies. And you have to be very careful of who you allow to be in your inner circle. Most oftentimes, you feel when there's a person in competition with you, right? In public, they're praising you and they're promoting you, but behind the closed doors, they're in competition with you. Let me know if you've had something like that you've experienced, because I've experienced it many times. It's like, oh yeah, star, you're doing a wonderful job, but behind the closed doors, they're trying to figure out, well, how can I make her fail? How can I cause her to stumble on this journey? How am I taking notes so that I can do what she does and figure out a way to do it better? We're talking about the spirit of betrayal. On this spiritual Sunday, I want you to tell me, or leave it in the comments, have you ever been betrayed by someone that you love, and how did you get over that? Not every person can handle your growth. All right, let's just stop right there for a second. Not every person can handle your growth. Not every person can handle your elevation. Right? So everybody's around and they want to congratulate you on your promotion, or they want to congratulate you on your new house, and they want to congratulate you because you just pulled that car up in the driveway, but they can't handle that. And so because they are lacking in some areas in their life, they can't handle the addition and the multiplication and the expansion that God now is shedding light with you in your life. Most oftentimes, betrayal is not something that you did. Betrayal is triggered by who you're becoming. Betrayal is triggered by who you're becoming, and people can't handle that. They can't handle you. And so sometimes you just got to face the truth of the thing that, you know what, everybody can't handle my growth. Everybody can't handle the blessing that I've just experienced. Everybody can't handle the breakthrough that I'm experiencing. Everybody can't handle the healing that I'm experiencing. Everyone can't handle the increase of money or finances or exposure that I'm experiencing. And it's okay to come to truth with yourself, because it's going to save you a lot of heartache and a lot of time where you're trying to figure out, well, why? Because of your purpose. Betrayal rarely announces itself. Your frenemy, the one that's waiting to betray you, and you can put your experience here in the comments. They're not gonna come blowing a horn saying, you know what, hey, I'm the one that's gonna betray you. I'm the one that's going to cause deep pain for you. I'm the one that's going to try to take everything that you have so that, I don't want it, but I just don't want you to have it. They're not going to come sounding an alarm. They're not going to come blowing a trumpet. They're not going to come with an announcement. They're going to come in disguise. They're going to come in disguise, and they're triggered because you have a purpose. You have a purpose. Relational betrayal, meaning someone that you're in relationship with, it tries to wound your identity. Okay? Thank you for everybody that's tuning in the chat. Thank you for all the top fans. And we're talking about the spirit of betrayal here. And we're just talking about some key factors and some points that we're hitting to announce to you, as you may even already experienced. Betrayal is going to come from someone close to you. It's going to come from someone who you thought was your friend, a lover, a business partner, a family member. It's going to come from someone who you allowed to have access into your world to some degree. It's going to come from someone who you've given information to. They've experienced some ups and downs with you. They've seen your emotional triggers. They've seen how you responded to things, and they've seen how you handle those things, either good or bad. And as we said, Judas didn't come with, as an enemy. He came as a friend with a kiss. Okay, so that tells you right there, they're coming as a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? So you have to be guarded. You have to analyze, and you have to vet every person now that wants to become a part of your world, because you are on the fast track. You are on the elevation. You are on the promotion. And those are the things that are triggered by someone who has this spirit of betrayal. And so Sunday is Spiritual Sunday, and we're talking about the spirit of betrayal, because I want you to go into this season, as we approach this season, guarded with knowledge and information. Relational betrayal wounds your identity. You start to question your trust. Well, how could I have let this happen? And I thought I could trust this person, right? And let's say you did, and everybody around you that thought this person was just the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, they're wonderful. Oh, I have very high thoughts and opinions of this person. And yeah, you would be an absolute fool if you didn't proceed with a friendship, relationship, marriage, etc., with this person, the outside crowd is saying. But you're in the inside circle with the person, and something ain't right about this. I just feel something in my gut about this person. It seems like they're with me, but they take little jabs and dibs and throw darts, with jokes that could hurt or cut, but they try to make it pretty with a smile. Okay? Happy birthday to London. Yes, we appreciate you. You are so welcome. I appreciate you tuning in to our live. Tell London she's going to have a very, very happy birthday and a very happy, wonderful season ahead of her. So many great things God has for her, and she's going to start to experience them and exponential increase. So congratulations to her on her new destiny ahead, and happy birthday to her as well from Star and the Menu All Star podcast. And we're just talking about the spirit of betrayal. As we approach Easter, we know it's about the death, the burial, the resurrection. But as I mentioned, the betrayal started first. And that hurts sometimes more than any other thing. It hurts more so than something physical. It hurts sometimes more so than something physical. So I want to talk to you. God bless you too. Thank you so much. Absolutely. The spirit of prophecy is here, and we're flowing with the spirit of God, and we just pronounce blessings over you and your family. And every time that I come on here, I want to make sure that I pronounce a blessing, because there's so much in the world that is out of our control, but there's so much control that we have through prayer and the spirit of discernment and the spirit of wisdom and knowledge that we all share with each other in this community. So thank you for joining in. And as I said, relational betrayal wounds your identity. So, absolutely, absolutely. And so you start to question. Now, people are going to say, well, you crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just being over cautious, or, you just not healed. No, no, no. Your discernment is kicking in. That's why God gave it to you. So don't let no one talk you out of what your intuition, what the Spirit of God is telling you about somebody. Okay? You trust that. And don't let nobody sit on that for you. No, I respect your opinion, but I think I'm going to go with how I feel here. And even if you need more time, give people that. Don't allow them to take the time away from you for you to make a decision. You know what? I need some more time to kind of, chew on this relationship a little bit. Or you know what? I need some more time to read over this contract, because it's not always relational in that regard. It's business. Oh, okay, I received your offer, but let me think about it. Give me till Monday. And then you take the weekend to pray, and you take the time to seek God about the thing that's before you that you need to make a decision on, so that you're not subject to a spirit of betrayal. Because your gift, your talent, your anointing, your discernment, all of these spiritual elements that God has placed in you is now making room for you, right? And everybody don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you expand. They don't want to see you evolve. They don't want to see you accelerate. But guess what? God does, and He has a plan for you. So you start to question your judgment. It is purposeful with this spirit of betrayal for you to start to doubt yourself and to doubt your heart. Well, I thought I had all this covered. I thought that I did everything that I was supposed to do. And how did this still happen to me? Well, guess what? It happened to all of us. But we learn from our mistakes, and we learn the lesson as we're following the Spirit of God and following our intuition as to where to be led and how to handle these relationships, right? Business, personal, friendship, family. You have to know how to handle that, because when you're starting to move in the direction of your destiny, the main thing for this spirit of betrayal that wants to do for you and with you is get you off your trajectory. Or let me throw him off his path. Guess what? Because they're not going nowhere. And if they are, who knows what it took for them to get to where they are. And most times it's because of where you're going. It has nothing to do with what you did. It has everything to do with who you are becoming or who you've become. The spirit of betrayal, what it meant to do, or what it means to do, depending on where you are in your season, and preventative. That's why this message is coming to you also, to prevent the layer of impact, and for you to say, no, I can't go forward with this. No, I can't. You've already felt the feeling of the thing. Like, no, this contract don't look right to me. I can't do this. No, I'm not going to prostitute my gift for a couple of dollars here. I'm just going to have to say, no, I can't take that speaking engagement. Now, they want you to compromise your integrity of who you are based on some money. Don't do it. Don't betray yourself. And that's the worst feeling. That's the worst feeling, when you betray yourself, because you've already went through a season of learning through test and trial, and you still do the same thing that you know you shouldn't do. You're betraying yourself. And but God is faithful to forgive you and to cleanse you and to keep you from falling. So we're talking about the spirit of betrayal here, and some key points of how you can see and be aware and discern those people that are around you that may carry this spirit as you move forward and go further in 2026. So what this spirit means to do most oftentimes is to destroy, to isolate you, to expose something that they see or something that they feel in you that could mock you or shame you. But what it really does, which means that God turned the thing that the enemy meant for evil around for your good. It really catapults you and repositions you to fulfill your purpose. It feels like an ending of the thing, but it's actually a repositioning. It's actually a repositioning. So when you're in the middle of something and you've gone through and you come out and you see the people or a person or a situation that you felt have betrayed you, it's time to celebrate, because that means that you're on a fast track somewhere. God is taking you fast. And that means that you've been repositioned for greatness. And I wanted to leave this with you. Make sure that you like and subscribe. My time is up here, but I want you to know that even I myself has experienced betrayal, and you still have to judge and vet people that are around you so that you can protect the destiny, you can protect the purpose that you know that you're supposed to fulfill. And even with your children, you teach them how to judge accordingly, based on people's actions, based on their conversations, based on how you feel after you're around them. Sometimes people can make you feel like, man, I just wish I wouldn't have told her that. I wish I wouldn't have talked to him about that. Because what they're doing is trying to gather information from you. But what God will do, he'll cause a spirit of confusion to come upon them, and they won't even remember the conversation, right? So you always have a way of escape, all right? So I want you to make sure that you join me this week. I'm going live probably Tuesday. We have some great people that's coming to join us. Thank you for everybody who left wonderful comments in the chat. Thank you so much for receiving this message. The blessing of the Lord is continuously upon you, that your spirit of discernment is increasing and sharpening, that there is no weapon that is formed against you is able to prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you in judgment shall be condemned. This is your spirit, and we have keen spiritual eyes and senses through our faith right now to see those things that are not good for us, and we're able to cut them off at the head and declare no more. We're moving forward in purpose, and we're moving forward in this year of acceleration, and we will accomplish all that God has prepared for us. Amen. And so I want you to like and subscribe, share this video. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you, giving you some key points on what betrayal is, what to look for, and to know that even in that hurt, that pain, that rejection, whatever that is, whatever that spirit is now repositioned you for purpose, because you have a testimony and you have things to share with other people that's going to deliver them out of something or prevent them from going through something. Okay? So keep that in mind. Make sure you take the Lord with you. And remember, your menu is always subject to change. You can have steak and filet mignon one day, and then tomorrow you want something else, because now you're moving according to the purpose that God has prepared for you. You can change things around. You don't have to stay stuck where you are. You can move your life in the past, from the past to the present, to the future, by your thoughts. As a man thinketh, so is he. Right? So what was on your menu that didn't work for you, change it. Everything is subject to change and effective immediately. You're moving forward. This is your girl, Star Smith, with the Menu All Star Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. Put your notifications on so that when we do go live, you'll get the notification as well. Happy birthday, London. I hope you're doing fantastic. Send us some pictures. The Menu All Star Podcast at gmail.com. I love to see how you celebrated your day. God bless you. Continue to pray for me as I pray for you on this spiritual Sunday and every day. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you all. To the new subscribers, I appreciate you. Have a great day and a good night.